Are you tired of feeling controlled by the foods you crave? Ever wondered why, despite all your best efforts, diets just don't seem to stick? Join me on a transformative journey as we uncover the truth about why diets often fail and, more importantly, discover the key to breaking free from this cycle. Hello all you beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nidhi. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why you aren't losing weight despite all your efforts and trying various diets. Diets may promise quick fixes, but true empowerment comes from understanding the connection between your mind and your plate. But before we dive in, I've got a small request. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from me. Now, let's get started. Let's look at some key facts first. Obesity is a global health concern. According to the World Health Organization, worldwide obesity has nearly tripled since 1975. In 2016, more than 1.9 billion adults were overweight, and out of these, over 650 million were obese. Obesity is associated with a higher risk of several health conditions, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. These conditions can lead to sickness and, in some cases, premature death. One of the most common approaches people take to reduce weight is dietary changes. Many people adopt specific diets to control calorie intake, such as a low-carb diet or a low-fat diet or a high-fat diet or programs like keto, paleo, etc. While the statistics on diet success rate can vary, numerous studies suggest that a significant percentage of diets ultimately fail. Research has indicated that approximately 80 to 95% of diets result in weight regain within a few years. A study published in the International Journal of Obesity found that among participants who intentionally lost 10% or more of their body weight, about 80% regained the weight within a year. Another review published in the American Psychologist indicated that a substantial number of dieters regain more weight than they initially lost. In short, diets don't work. But before we delve into the how to fix this issue, let's first understand the why. The first crucial thing to always remember is that we are hardwired to eat. You see, our natural tendency to eat is like a built-in feature from our ancestors who needed to find and eat food to survive. This instinct is hardwired in our brains, and it makes us feel good when we eat. Back in the day when food was scarce, our ancestors had to focus on finding energy-rich foods to stay alive. This created a reward system in the brain that made eating pleasurable and satisfying. Even though we now live in a world with plenty of food, our brain still responds to those built-in instincts. They make us crave foods that are high in calories and taste good. You see, this built-in instinct affects not only what we choose to eat, but also how we feel when we're hungry or full. Recognizing this natural drive to eat helps us navigate today's food options. It's a reminder to be mindful of what we eat and to make conscious decisions that support our overall health and well-being. Second important point to remember is a vast majority of us crave sugar in some form. Again, our natural craving for sugar can be traced back to our evolutionary history. You see, in ancient times, our ancestors faced periods of food scarcity, and sweet foods often indicated a good source of energy. Fruits, for example, provided a quick and easily accessible energy boost. Our brains developed a preference for sweet tastes as a way to ensure we consumed enough calories for our survival. In the modern world, where high sugar foods are readily available, this instinct can lead to overconsumption. The brain still associates sugar with a quick energy reward, making us naturally drawn to sweet treats. Excessive sugar consumption has profound health implications in our modern era, contributing to a surge in global obesity rates and quadrupling of diabetes cases since 1980, and an increase in cardiovascular issues and dental problems. The International Diabetes Federation reports a diabetes epidemic, highlighting the link between sugar consumption and insulin resistance. Studies by the American Heart Association connect high sugar intake to heart disease risk factors, including high blood pressure. The World Dental Federation notes a global rise in tooth decay due to sugary foods, emphasizing the need for mindful eating. Additionally, the prevalence of ultra-processed foods rich in hidden sugars is a notable concern, as highlighted in the study published in BMJ Open. You see, these studies underscore the urgent need for informed dietary choices and mindful eating practices to address the health challenges that are associated with excessive sugar consumption. So, if we understand now why we need to fix the way we eat and why dieting or being on a diet is not the solution, how do we actually make this change? Here are 5 simple steps. Number 1. Use the power of subconscious to change your relationship with food. Understanding your relationship with food is key to making better choices. It's not just about the chemicals in the food, it's the mental images you create. From childhood, we've associated food with comfort and reward, using it to cope with emotions like fear and anxiety. Breaking the cycle of unhealthy eating involves changing these mental associations. Consider the temptation of a chocolate cake. If your mind sees it as a source of comfort, try making the mental image less appealing. Picture the cake as unappetizing, incompatible with your health goals. You see, this simple technique can be a game changer. Much like how some people avoid certain foods based on their cultural or personal choices, like being a vegan, you would not find meat tempting. Now let's apply this also to portion control. If a large plate represents satisfaction, reshape that image to see smaller portions as equally fulfilling. By consistently making these mental images wrong, you reprogram your subconscious to align with healthier choices. Over time, this practice transforms your relationship with food. The once irresistible craving lose their grip, and you naturally lean towards healthier portion-controlled options. It's a journey of mindful eating, where the subconscious mind becomes your ally in making sustainable and positive dietary changes. Next one, use your mind to stop binge eating. You see, when it comes to eating too much, it's not just about being hungry. Sometimes we eat because of feelings like stress or sadness. But guess what? You can change that by telling yourself, I'm enough, I don't need more. It's like a superpower phrase that helps you see food differently. Instead of eating to feel better, you start to understand that you're already complete inside. This small shift can break the cycle of using food to cope with emotions. It's like telling your brain, hey, I don't need to eat my feelings. You also realize that eating won't fix your emotional emptiness. So think of it like training your mind to have a better relationship with food. Over time, you would not turn to food as a way to deal with emotions. It's a simple but powerful way to stop overeating and have a healthier connection with what you eat. Avoiding triggers. Embarking on a journey to healthier eating involves understanding and overcoming triggers. The first step is simple yet impactful. Keep tempting foods out of sight. By doing so, you're employing the principle out of sight, out of mind. A subtle change in your surroundings that yields remarkable results. But the magic doesn't just stop there. If you learn to reframe how you perceive certain foods, it empowers you to reclaim control over your choices, effectively neutralizing the potency of trigger items. Here's a crucial reminder. It's far easier to resist that initial bite than to attempt stopping once you've started. Next point, mindful eating. You see, practicing mindfulness while eating means being fully present and aware during meals. Dr. Susan Alber's research in 2017 at the Cleveland Clinic highlights how this approach can lead to lasting weight loss. It involves breaking automatic eating habits and paying close attention to the sensory experience of food. To try mindfulness during meals, start by removing distractions like TV or phones. Create a calm eating environment. Take your time with each bite, savoring the flavors, the textures, and smells. Use all your senses to connect with your food and be aware when you're hungry or full. Using smaller plates, as mentioned earlier, can help with portion control. And pausing between bites allows you to access satisfaction. Before eating, check in emotionally to understand whether hunger or other feelings are influencing your decision. Show gratitude for the effort put into making the meal and avoid labeling food as good or bad. Mindful eating is a skill that gets better with practice, making your approach to food more intentional, enjoyable, and balanced, possibly leading to lasting weight loss. Making healthy eating stick. You see, your subconscious mind likes repetition. So let's use that to make better food choices without the hassle of diets. Instead of strict rules, try small changes often. Pick colorful veggies, lean proteins, and whole grains regularly. As you consistently choose these nutritious options, your brain starts to form positive associations, recognizing the fantastic benefits these foods bring to your overall well-being. By making this a recurring practice, you're not just following a diet, you're cultivating a lifestyle that your mind genuinely enjoys. It's about creating a harmonious relationship with food, where the focus is on nourishing your body with delicious and healthful choices. You see, this gradual, repeated exposure fosters a positive connection between your mind and the nutritious food you choose, making healthy eating a sustainable and fulfilling habit. So hopefully now you have a better idea of how, by reshaping the mental images associated with food, you can transform your relationship with eating. It's time to break free from the diet cycle and embrace a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. In the end, it's all about making small positive changes. Don't punish yourself, love yourself. That's the real secret to being healthy and happy. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If there's anything more you would like me to cover, please put that in the comment section below and I will do my best to cover it in my upcoming videos. Until next time, take care.